Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and I'm back on The Sims 4. Yeah, if you read the last comment I left on the room build that I did, I was having some difficulties with the game and it just went worse from there. I ended up having to uninstall the game because it wasn't working at all. It was something to do with the update, something must have went wrong with it and it was just stuck in installation mode, and just I left it for like 5 hours at one point and it still didn't install. It was just saying it was installing but nothing was happening. So yeah, I decided to uninstall the game and then it wouldn't let us reinstall the game. So by this point I was like in proper panic mode, thinking I'm never going to be able to play The Sims 4 ever again in my life. But anyways, I got through that. I was shaking and rocking in the corner, going cold turkey, not being able to play Sims 4. It wasn't that bad, I wasn't that bad. No, but yeah, I sorted it out in the end. I don't know what I did, but somehow I fixed it. It probably wasn't working because of something I did, and anyways, because I'm a right ditz at times. But yeah, this build anyways, yeah, so I got a request on, well god, it was a while ago, it was on one of the Halloween builds I did. I've got it here so I can read it out. So I got a request from, I think it's Genesis, I think that's the name, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that because the first E in the word has got like the little accent above it. I think it's Genesis. But anyways, the comment they left. Would you build an old factory like an abandoned place to make underground private parties, like super fancy and cool looking on the inside? So I've come up with this, what I'm building now. But I've changed it up. I think it's quite different to maybe what they were wanting. I've took the underground quite literally, and so the actual like the well, it said like for to hold parties as well. But the idea I had was sort of like underground club, like underground nightclub. Like an illegal sort of underground club. Yeah, so I've gone with, you can still have parties there though, can't you? I mean, I think it might be different to what they were actually thinking of, but I like to mix things up a bit. That's just me. But it's really super cool on the inside. But yeah, so we've got like an old, old sort of Victorian styled abandoned like factory. There is a more, I do put like a little bit of like a modern, I'm going to do that now actually, a little modern bit here I build on. I just thought that maybe it's like, yeah, the main part of this building was built in like Victorian times or what have you, so it's got that more Victorian factory sort of look to it. But then it's grew with the times, and like the last owners that had this would like had maybe built the modern bit on. I've just noticed the wallpaper there that I hope I don't leave that. Oh god, I just noticed that. Yeah, I'll carry on, I'll change it when I upload it and no one will know. Yeah, so what was I even saying? See, I've gone off now. I don't even know what I was saying. Yeah, so that modern bit is it's going to be like where the entrance to the nightclub is, and the rest of the factory is going to be an abandoned factory, because I can remember last time I did, it was like a factory conversion build I converted it into like a house. Someone had left a comment on that saying that they would have liked to have seen like a factory with machines in, so I was kind of thinking on that comment that was made, that was like months ago now, like, but so yeah, the factory does look like an old abandoned factory. I've tried to put things in that look like they could have been machines, like the cupcake makers, and I've put like a few of the like the woodworking table, and the pumpkin carving stations. I put some of them in there. But yeah, on the outside it's abandoned, so that's what I was trying to make it look like, with loads of posters all over, graffiti, and yeah, like right here what I'm doing. Sometimes when places have been abandoned for so long, you see like in the pavement and the roads that little cracks have started to appear, and well, nature just starts to take back over, don't they? Right now I'm making up some little pallets, because you always seem to see just a little pile of pallets in like an abandoned factory or something. And yeah, before, while I was jabbering on, I took one of the toy cars and sized that up and made it look like it was jacked up on some stones, and had the wheels stolen. I quite like that idea. Had a little giggle to myself when I came up with that idea. Quite fun. But yeah, putting loads of boxes and things around, and taking them new letters we got with the new expansion pack, because you normally see like loads of paper and things like that all around. You know, there's not going to be someone going in it keeping it all clean and tidy. So yeah, just trying to make it look abandoned really. On the inside, putting in like a platform area and a little room up here for where maybe it's like the manager, it was like the manager's office or something. I was having a bit of trouble with that because I really wanted to use the arch windows, but they just wouldn't fit in with the size of the room I had built out there. And then I used them square ones, which I really didn't like the look of, so I do go and change that up probably now. Yeah, I started changing that up now. But yeah, like I says in here, I'm trying to keep it keep it looking like a factory. So I'm just carrying on the same sort of thing outside with like the letters. I put them around everywhere, making it look untidy and messy, like someone's been in and they've just rummaged through loads of files or what have you and thrown stuff all over, get graffiti on the walls. And yeah, right now though, I'm working on the entranceway to what is going to be like the club area. I was having some difficulty with the stairing here, like trying to delete the floor underneath it, and I've done it so many times before, but every time I do it I always seem to have some difficulty. I don't know how I made it work, but it worked in the end after messing about with it for so long. But yeah, so the nightclub goes down to, like, you go down into the first basement level, and then into the second basement level is sort of like where the floor of the nightclub and everywhere will be, just so we could have them nice high ceilings. But yeah, working back on the manager's office, just finishing that out, like I said, putting loads of their letters about, just things that I thought would be in an office really, filing cabinets, a desk and other little bits and bobs, getting some graffiti on the walls, and also with the blinds that I've put on the windows, just missing some of them like off, so it looks like they've been pulled down maybe, or what have you, trashed. Yeah, and right now, yeah, I had the idea of making a hole in the floor and getting out some of the little wood pieces I made to build the pallets, to make it look like someone's pulled back the wood flooring and now you can see down below. And then I go onto the ground floor and put some of the bits of wood down there so it looks like some of them have fallen through, which you see in abandoned buildings sometimes, little holes in floors and things. I like that idea. Yeah, just same in here, putting loads of boxes and bits of paper, rubbish about the place, and put some tables in here. Well, the computer desks on there. I really like them old sort of industrial computer desks. They remind me of like the old Singer sewing machines, the ones that were like, they had like they were built into the like little table thing it was on. They really remind me of that. But yeah, I really like them, so I use them. And back onto the ground floor, putting in some things that were like machine looking, getting them new. What are they called? Like the graffiti areas that you can mark out now. Yeah, just putting some of them in, so that, because this area is like, I've tried to make it look abandoned, there wasn't much usability in here, so I thought, well, I've got to get a few things in here so there's at least a point of having this, you know. So Sims will like go in here and be able to at least do something. There's the woodworking benches there as well, so I suppose you could come here and carve something up, or carve a pumpkin. Yeah, graffiti on the walls of the floor. Happy days. Yeah, just putting some of the little wood statues about. I was just thinking maybe it could have been a factory that produced, I don't know, them like little wooden statues or something. Yeah, this area just filling up with some boxes and putting in some lights before moving on to the basement and the nightclub area. The nightclub it's modern. I know in the comment it said like fancy, but I was just a little bit unsure if it was like modern fancy, sort of like elegant and classy. I didn't know, so I went with a more modern look. Yeah, it looks quite nice though. Right now I'm working on a sort of little area where there is going to be one of the DJ booths. Oh yeah, and later on I do move this, and I must have clicked a button on my keyboard and stopped recording for a few seconds, so there is a couple of seconds missing from the recording. You can't quite tell. It's now, you haven't missed a lot. I was just moving that, but yeah, so I decided to put 2 DJ booths in here, and I know you can't use it like this. It was just in my little head, my little fantasy world I go in when I'm building. I was thinking, like sometimes when you go to clubs, they'll do like special events nights, and they might do like a sort of silent disco thing where you go in, you get your headphones, and there's different channels, so people will be on different channels listening to different music sort of thing. So you'd have separate DJ booths playing different music, so that was sort of my idea of that. But I suppose when you're playing the game, there's 2 booths there now, so if you're finding it hard to take your DJ to a nightclub and find a spare DJ booth, then there's 2 there, so you should have a better chance of getting a spare one. Yeah, putting in the little bar area there, and later on, well, it's right at the end, I do put some like black curtains above there. I just thought it was looking a bit bland. Yeah, but just putting in some shelving around there and things, putting the bottles out, the debug items, and putting tables and chairs around. Yeah, there's not a lot to it really. It's a nightclub. The dance floor's there, you can obviously see. Right now I'm working on the corridor to the toilets, and instead of doing like a male and a female toilet, I've just made it all one. So like male and females can go to the toilet. Oh, and yeah, I had the idea of putting the fish tanks there on the wall, so they're half in the corridor, half in the toilets, and then putting a window there so you can like see into the toilets from the corridor area. And I jazzed it up around the sink area, taking some columns and just putting them in, and putting some mirrors up so that it looks like they're like held up by the columns, and putting some little fancy wall art things above that. Other than that, there's not a lot in the bathroom, you know. It's like your bathroom, sinks and toilets. But yeah, this is the end, so I will leave it here. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this build. If you've got any requests, you know, just let us know. I mean, I can't always get around to doing them, but you never know, do you? You don't know until you try. Shy Bane's getting out, you know. So yeah, gonna leave it here. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Superstition.